Welcome back, collectors. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of United Kingdom coins, exploring the top 5 most valuable coins across various denominations, including 2 shilling, 10 new pence, 50 pence, 1 penny, and half-crown coins. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, this guide will give you insights into the rarest coins, their conditions, mint marks, and approximate values. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1951. Even when this coin appears dirty, worn, or circulated, it can still attract interest from collectors around the world. In this video, we will look at the history of the 1951 2 shilling coin, its unique design features, how rare it is in damaged condition, and what it could be worth today at auction in US dollars. If you enjoy coin collecting or have old British coins at home, this video might help you discover whether you are holding a small treasure. The 2 shilling coin, often called the florin, was an important part of the British monetary system before decimalisation in 1971. The florin was first introduced in 1849 as part of an early attempt to move Britain toward a decimal currency system. By 1951, the coin was issued during the reign of King George VI, who ruled the United Kingdom from 1936 until his death in 1952. The year 1951 was also significant because Britain was recovering from the economic challenges following World War II. Coins produced during this period were widely circulated and used in daily transactions. Because of heavy circulation, many surviving examples of the 1951 2 shilling coin are found today in dirty or worn condition, which makes higher-grade pieces much more desirable among collectors. The 1951 2 shilling coin has several distinctive design elements that make it easy to recognize. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of King George VI, facing left. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription Georgiv 6 Dei Gra Brit Omn Rex, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons. The reverse side displays a beautiful crown Tudor rose placed at the centre of a thistle, shamrock, and leek design, representing the unity of England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. The denomination 2 shillings and the year 1951 appear clearly on the reverse. The coin is made of cupronickel, has a diameter of about 28.5 mm, and features a milled edge. Even when the coin becomes dirty or tarnished from decades of circulation, the design details can still often be recognized. The 1951 2 shilling coin is not considered extremely rare, because millions were minted. However, collector demand can still exist depending on condition, historical interest, and the completeness of a coin collection. In dirty or damaged condition, the coin is typically categorized as low-grade circulated. While this reduces its value compared to mint-state examples, collectors sometimes still purchase these coins for historical collections, bulk coin lots, or as affordable examples of George VI coinage. Additionally, some collectors look for error coins, unusual wear patterns, or coins with unique toning, which can increase the coin's desirability even if the condition is poor. Now let's talk about the market value. The price of a 1951 UK 2 shilling coin depends heavily on its condition. In dirty or heavily circulated condition, the coin usually sells for around $1 to $5 US dollars. This value reflects its common availability and the wear it has experienced over time. If the coin is in better circulated condition, it may reach $10 to $20. Meanwhile, uncirculated or high-grade examples can sometimes sell for $40 to $100 or more, especially if they have attractive luster and minimal marks. At specialized auctions or coin shows, exceptional examples could fetch even higher prices, but most worn coins remain affordable collectibles rather than high-value rarities. If you own a 1951 2 shilling coin, here are a few helpful tips for collectors. First, avoid cleaning the coin, even if it appears dirty. Cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce its collector value. Many collectors actually prefer coins with natural aging and original surfaces. Second, check the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for sharp details, unusual marks, or possible minting errors that could make the coin more valuable. Third, store your coins in protective holders or coin albums to prevent further damage. Proper storage helps preserve the coin's condition for the future. Finally, if you believe your coin may be in excellent condition or have special features, consider getting it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or grading service. To conclude, the United Kingdom 1951 2 shilling coin is a wonderful piece of British history from the reign of King George VI. Even in dirty or worn condition, it remains an interesting collectible that represents the everyday currency used in post-war Britain. While most examples are not extremely valuable, they still hold historical significance and modest collector value, typically ranging from a few dollars to higher prices for better preserved coin. Next up, the United Kingdom 10 new pence from 1968. At first glance, a rusty or heavily circulated coin might seem like it has little value, but in the world of coin collecting, even damaged coins can hold historical importance and collector interest. The 1968 10 pence coin represents an important moment in British monetary history, and despite being found today in worn, dirty, or rusty condition, it can still attract attention from collectors around the world. In this video, we will explore the history behind this coin, its unique design features, how rarity affects its value, and what collectors might expect to see in auction markets when this coin appears for sale. By the end of this video, you may think twice before ignoring an old 10 pence coin sitting in your drawer. The 10 pence coin was first introduced in 1968 as part of the United Kingdom's transition to a new decimal currency system. Before this change, the British monetary system was quite complicated, based on pounds, shillings, and pence. In preparation for decimalisation, which officially took place in 1971, the Royal Mint began releasing new coins that followed a simpler system of 100 pence to £1. The 1968 10 pence coin was therefore among the first decimal coins introduced to the public. Interestingly, the size and composition of this coin were the same as the old 1 shilling coin, meaning both coins circulated together for a period of time. This clever decision made it easier for people to adapt to the new system without confusion. Because these coins were produced during a period of economic and monetary change, they represent an important chapter in British numismatic history. Millions of these coins were minted, but surviving examples in certain conditions, mint varieties, or historical collections have become more interesting to collectors over the years. The 1968 10 pence coin has several design elements that make it easily recognizable. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait shows the young Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a design widely used on British coinage during that era. Around the portrait, the Latin inscription reads Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, the coin features the crowned lion standing atop the royal crown, a design taken from the royal coat of arms. Beneath the design appears the denomination new pence along with the number 10. This bold heraldic imagery represents strength and continuity within the British monarchy. The coin itself was made from cupronickel, a durable alloy composed primarily of copper and nickel. It weighs approximately 11.31 grams and has a diameter of about 28.5 millimeters, making it quite large compared to modern 10 pence coins. When found today in rusty, dirty, or heavily circulated condition, the coin may appear dark, scratched, or discolored. While cupronickel does not technically rust like iron, environmental damage, dirt buildup, and chemical reactions can cause the coin to develop a rough, rusty-looking surface that many collectors describe as environmental corrosion. Because the Royal Mint produced tens of millions of 1968 10 pence coins, most examples are considered common in circulated condition. However, rarity in the coin collecting world does not always depend solely on mintage numbers. Collector demand, historical significance, and condition also play a major role in determining value. A rusty or damaged coin may seem undesirable, but some collectors still purchase these pieces for several reasons. First, beginner collectors often buy inexpensive damaged coins to complete date sets without spending large amounts of money. Second, historical coin enthusiasts sometimes collect coins specifically in circulated condition because they reflect real history and everyday use. A coin that shows wear, scratches, and discoloration may have passed through thousands of hands over several decades, making it a small piece of living history. In rare cases, a damaged coin could still be valuable if it contains a minting error, unusual die variety, or unique strike characteristic. These factors can significantly increase collector interest, even when the coin is not in perfect condition. When it comes to auction value, the condition of a coin is one of the most important factors. A heavily circulated or rusty 1968 10 pence coin generally sells for a relatively small amount. In many online auctions or coin markets, a worn example may sell for around $1 to $5 depending on its appearance and collector demand at the time of sale. Coins that are extremely damaged, bent, or deeply corroded might sell for even less, sometimes only a few cents above their metal value. However, if a coin shows slightly better detail or is considered a collectible variation, the price could increase. Higher grade examples of the same coin, particularly those in uncirculated condition, may reach $20, $50, or even higher in specialized auctions. Occasionally, coins that appear ordinary at first glance can attract unexpected attention if collectors believe they contain a rare variety or mint error. Because of this, it is always worth examining older coins carefully before deciding they have no value. For collectors who come across a 1968 10 pence coin in rusty or dirty condition, there are several important tips to remember. First, avoid aggressively cleaning the coin. Many beginners believe that cleaning will increase value, But in reality, harsh cleaning often damages the surface and reduces collector interest. Instead, it is usually better to leave the coin in its natural state. Second, examine the coin carefully under good lighting to check for unusual details such as off-center strikes, doubled lettering, or die cracks. These minting errors can sometimes make a coin more desirable. Third, consider storing the coin properly in a protective holder or coin flip to prevent further environmental damage. Even low-value coins can benefit from proper storage. Finally, if you believe your coin may be special, it can be helpful to compare it with auction listings or consult a professional coin dealer or numismatic expert for a second opinion. The United Kingdom 10 new pence coin from 1968 is more than just a piece of old currency. It is a symbol of a major transformation in British monetary history. Introduced during the transition to the decimal system, this coin played a role in helping millions of people adapt to a new way of counting money. While many examples today appear worn, rusty, or heavily circulated, they still carry historical value and collector interest. In most cases, a damaged coin may only sell for a few dollars, but the story behind the coin makes it far more fascinating than its simple market price. For collectors and history lovers alike, even a humble 10 new pence coin can be a reminder that every coin has a journey and a story to tell. So the next time you find an old British coin in your pocket, jar, or coin collection, take a closer look. It might hold a small but meaningful piece of history. Next up, the United Kingdom 50 new pence 1977. At first glance, this coin might look ordinary, especially if it is worn, scratched, or in bad condition. Many people might even overlook it as just another old coin sitting in a drawer or coin jar. But in the world of numismatics, even coins in rough condition can hold surprising historical significance and collector interest, and in this video, we will explore the fascinating story behind the 1977 50 new pence coin. We will discuss its history, its design and features, why collectors are still interested in it today, and how its condition affects its value. Most importantly, we will look at how much a worn or damaged example could sell for at auctions and collector markets, all explained in simple terms and with estimated values in US dollars. By the end of this video, you might think twice before spending or ignoring an old 50 pence coin like this one. To understand the 1977 50 new pence coin, we first need to look back at the time when the United Kingdom changed its currency system. In 1971, the UK moved to a decimal currency system, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence structure with a simpler decimal format. The 50 new pence coin became one of the most important coins introduced during this transition. The Royal Mint, which produces all official British coins, began issuing 50 new pence coins in 1969 to help people adjust to the new system before decimalisation officially began. These coins quickly became widely used in everyday transactions across the United Kingdom. By 1977, the coin was already well established in circulation. Millions of them were produced to meet demand for everyday use. The coin was part of the standard circulation series that featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who appeared on British coinage for decades. Although the 1977 coin was not originally intended to be rare, its survival over nearly 5 decades means that many pieces today show heavy wear. Some are scratched, corroded, or discolored due to years of circulation. Interestingly, even coins in bad condition can still attract collectors who appreciate their historical connection to the early decimal era of British currency. One of the most recognizable features of the 1977 50 new pence coin is its unusual shape. Instead of being round like most coins, it has a 7-sided design called an equilateral curve heptagon. This distinctive shape was created so that the coin could easily be recognized by touch and works smoothly in vending machines. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. During the 1970s, the portrait used on British coins was designed by Arnold Machin, a famous sculptor. His design shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a style that became iconic on British coinage for many years. The reverse side of the coin features the design created by Christopher Ironside, the artist responsible for several early decimal coin designs. The reverse shows a seated figure of Britannia holding a trident, with a lion beside her and the number 50 along with the word new pence. This imagery represents Britain's maritime strength and national heritage. The coin is made from cupronickel, a durable metal alloy composed mainly of copper and nickel. It weighs about 13.5 grams and measures around 30 millimeters across its widest point. Because of its sturdy metal composition, even coins that appear heavily worn often retain clear design details. Now let's talk about rarity, one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. The 1977 50 new pence coin was produced in very large numbers. Millions were struck by the Royal Mint, meaning that the coin itself is not considered extremely rare. However, rarity in coin collecting does not only depend on how many coins were minted. It also depends on how many survive today and in what condition. Many 1977 coins were heavily used in daily transactions for years, and some were eventually lost, melted, or damaged. Coins in poor condition may have scratches, worn lettering, discoloration, or even slight bending. While collectors typically prefer coins in excellent condition, there is still a market for circulated examples because they are affordable entry points for beginner collectors. Some collectors enjoy assembling complete sets of British decimal coins by year. For these collectors, a worn or damaged 1977 coin may still fill an important slot in their collection. In addition, some people collect coins purely for their historical interest rather than their condition. So what is the actual value of a 1977 50 pence coin in bad condition? In most cases, a heavily circulated or damaged example will not be extremely valuable because of the large number originally produced. Typically, such coins may sell for around 50 cents to $2 depending on the level of wear and whether the design is still clearly visible. Coins in slightly better circulated condition might reach $3 to $8 if collectors are interested in completing a date set. Occasionally, a particularly well-preserved coin from the same year could sell for $10 to $20 or more at auctions, especially if it retains strong detail. However, it is important to remember that auction results can vary depending on collector demand, the reputation of the auction house, and the overall condition of the coin. Rare errors, unusual minting defects, or exceptional preservation could increase the value significantly. If you come across a 1977 50 pence coin, even in bad condition, there are a few useful tips to keep in mind. First, never clean an old coin aggressively. Cleaning can damage the surface and actually reduce its collector value. Even if the coin looks dirty or dark, it is usually best to leave it in its natural state. Second, examine the coin carefully for unusual details. Look for minting errors such as misaligned designs, unusual metal coloration, or striking mistakes. These rare features can sometimes make an otherwise common coin much more valuable. Third, store the coin properly if you decide to keep it. Using coin holders, albums, or protective capsules can prevent further damage and help preserve whatever detail remains. Finally, if you think your coin might be special, consider showing it to a professional coin dealer or sending it for grading through a reputable grading service. Authentication and grading can increase buyer confidence if you decide to sell it. The United Kingdom 50 pence 1977 may not be the rarest coin in British history, but it still represents an important chapter in the country's transition to decimal currency. Even when found in worn or damaged condition, the coin carries historical value and remains a fascinating piece for collectors and enthusiasts. While most examples in bad condition are worth only a few dollars, they still offer a glimpse into everyday life in Britain during the 1970s. For coin collectors, every coin tells a story, and the 1977 50 pence coin is no exception. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1964. At first glance, this coin might look like an ordinary old penny that many people have seen before. However, for coin collectors and numismatics enthusiasts, even a circulated 1964 penny can carry historical value and sometimes surprising market interest. In this video, we'll explore the history behind this coin, its unique features, how collectors view coins in circulated or slightly damaged condition, and what the 1964 UK penny could be worth today in auction markets in US dollars. The 1964 British 1 penny was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and was part of the pre-decimal currency system used in the United Kingdom before 1971. At that time, British currency was divided into pounds, shillings, and pence, with 240 pennies making up £1. The Royal Mint produced millions of pennies each year because they were heavily used in everyday transactions. By 1964, the penny had already been a major part of British currency for centuries. These coins were struck in bronze and circulated widely throughout the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. Although the mintage was high, these coins represent the final years of the traditional large bronze penny before the decimal currency change that occurred a few years later. The obverse side of the 1964 penny features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina F laughing smiley colon, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse side displays the famous image of Britannia, the symbolic female figure representing Britain. Britannia is seated holding a trident and shield, with the sea behind her, a design that had appeared on British coins since the 17th century. The coin itself weighs about 9.45 grams and measures around 30.8 millimeters in diameter, making it significantly larger than modern pennies. Its classic bronze color and historic Britannia design make it instantly recognizable to collectors. Because the 1964 penny was produced in large numbers, it is not considered extremely rare. However, condition plays a major role in determining its desirability. Coins found in circulated condition often show wear on the Queen's portrait and the Britannia design, and some may appear dull or slightly damaged after decades of use. Even so, collectors sometimes seek circulated examples to complete year collections of British pennies. In rare cases, coins with unusual minting errors, exceptional toning, or historically preserved surfaces can attract more attention in the collector community. When it comes to value, most 1964 UK 1-penny coins in circulated condition are relatively affordable. In general coin markets or online auctions, these coins typically sell for around 50 cents to $2 USD, depending on their level of wear and overall appearance. Coins in better preserved condition may reach $3 to $8 while uncirculated examples can sell for more to specialized collectors. While it's unlikely for a standard circulated 1964 penny to reach extremely high prices, certain rare varieties or error coins could potentially bring higher auction values. If you're interested in collecting British pennies, there are a few useful tips to keep in mind. First, always check the condition and authenticity of the coin. Even small differences in wear can significantly affect value. Second, look closely for minting errors or unusual features, as these can sometimes increase a coin's desirability. Third, store your coins properly in protective holders or albums to prevent further damage. Finally, researching auction listings and coin catalogs can help you understand the realistic market value before buying or selling a coin. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1964 1-penny may seem like a common coin, but it remains an important part of Britain's pre-decimal currency history. While circulated examples usually have modest values, they still attract collectors who appreciate historical coins and classic designs like Britannia. Whether you find one in an old coin jar or add it to a growing collection, the 1964 penny offers a fascinating glimpse into the past of British coinage. Next up, the United Kingdom half-crown of 1953. This coin is not only a piece of history but also a coveted collectible for both seasoned and new coin collectors. Struck in the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the 1953 half-crown holds a special place in British coinage. In this video, we will examine its history, unique features, rarity, current market value in dollars, and offer tips for collectors looking to add this classic coin to their collection. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious investor, understanding the significance of this coin is essential. The United Kingdom half-crown 1953 was minted to commemorate the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended to the throne in 1952 following the passing of her father, King George VI. This coin was part of the regular circulation currency but holds greater significance due to its connection to the post-war era and the early years of Elizabethan Britain. Half-crowns were historically valued at 2 shillings and sixpence, which was 1/8 of a pound sterling. They were widely used in everyday transactions, making them an integral part of British life during the mid-20th century. The 1953 half-crown also marked a transitional period in British coinage, featuring design elements that reflected both continuity and the changing monarchy. For collectors, this coin represents more than just currency. It embodies a snapshot of British history, economic shifts, and the cultural heritage of the early 1950s. The 1953 half-crown is distinctive in several ways. On the obverse side, it features the left-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which was used on coins from 1953 until 1970. The design is celebrated for its elegance and youthful depiction of the new Queen, capturing a sense of optimism and renewal in post-war Britain. On the reverse, the coin carries the traditional crown shield of the United Kingdom, quartered to display the emblems of England, Scotland, and Ireland. The inscriptions FID Def, Fide Defensor, Defender of the Faith, and Regina further emphasize the coin's royal significance. Made from 50% silver, the 1953 half-crown has a distinctive weight and composition that makes it particularly appealing to both collectors and investors interested in precious metals. Even in fine condition, the 1953 half-crown is considered moderately rare. Over the years, many coins have been lost, melted down, or suffered wear from circulation, making intact specimens increasingly difficult to find. Collectors often seek coins in fine or better condition, and even coins that are slightly damaged still attract interest due to their historical value. Interestingly, coins with minor damage or circulation wear can sometimes be more accessible to new collectors, offering an affordable entry point into British coin collecting. However, the demand for well-preserved 1953 half-crowns remains strong, as these coins are symbolic of early Elizabethan coinage and offer a tangible connection to British history. Auction houses and numismatic dealers often highlight these coins due to their enduring popularity and historical significance. The market value of a 1953 half-crown can vary significantly based on its condition, rarity, and demand. A coin in fine condition, meaning it has moderate wear but all major details are visible, can fetch anywhere from $30 to $70 at auction or through coin dealers. Coins in very fine or uncirculated condition can command significantly higher prices, sometimes exceeding $200 or more. Particularly if they have a strong silver content or exceptional eye appeal. It's important to note that market prices fluctuate based on demand, the rarity of the specific mint, and overall interest in British coinage. Collectors should consult multiple sources, including online auction sites, numismatic catalogs, and coin shows, to get a comprehensive understanding of the coin's current market value in dollars. For those looking to collect the 1953 half-crown, there are several key tips to keep in mind. Condition matters. Coins in better condition will always command higher prices. Look for coins with minimal wear, clear inscriptions, and intact edges. Authentication is key. Make sure to verify authenticity through trusted dealers or third-party grading services to avoid counterfeit coins. Understand silver content. Since this coin contains 50% silver, it has intrinsic metal value. Awareness of silver prices can help in assessing overall value. Research auction histories. Checking past auction results can give insight into market trends and expected pricing. Start with damaged coins. Beginners can start with coins in lesser condition to build a collection affordably before seeking higher grade examples. The United Kingdom half-crown 1953 is more than just an old coin, it is a window into British history, the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and the numismatic heritage of the 20th century. Its unique design, historical significance, and moderate rarity make it a highly desirable addition to any collection. Whether you are a new collector seeking an affordable entry or a seasoned numismatist aiming for a fine condition specimen, the 1953 half-crown offers a blend of history, beauty, and investment potential. Remember to pay attention to condition, authenticity, and market trends, and you could secure a valuable piece of British history for your collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1953 half-crown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos exploring rare coins, their history, and their market values. Happy collecting!